Respected Resource Person of the Day, Shri Devan IAS Sir, Managing Director and Commissioner of Tourism, Gujarat, Professor Suma P. Annie Matthew Ma'am, Vice Principal and Head of Department of Economics, Coordinator of Madhlashan Center for Human Empowerment and NSS Program Officer, Dr. Vipin K. Verghese Sir, Professor Archana Karta Ma'am, NSS Program Officer, Associate NSS NCC Officer, Lieutenant Renish Joseph Sir, beloved teachers and my dear friends. A warm good afternoon to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the second session of Unity in Diversity lecture on the Jewel of Western India, that is on the state of Gujarat, organized under the leadership of Madhlashan Center for Human Empowerment in association with NSS, NCC, Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat Club, and IQAC of our institution, conducted under the label of Bharatheeyam, a one-year full-fledged program knitted in connection with the government initiative of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75 years of glorious independence of our nation. I request Dr. Vipin K. Verghese Sir, coordinator of Madhlashan Center for Human Empowerment and the man who taught us that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, as hard work plus dreams plus dedication is equal to success. I request you, sir, to deliver the welcome note. Sir, please.
ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട യോഗാധ്യക്ഷ സുമ ടീച്ചർ, നമ്മുടെ മുഖ്യ അതിഥി ഗ്രിഗോറിയൻ ജനുദേവൻ സാർ, പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട അധ്യാപകരെ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, നമ്മുടെ ഭാരതീയം പ്രോഗ്രാം ഏകദേശം 2 ആഴ്ച പിന്നിടുകയാണ്. അതിനകത്തെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു സീരീസാണ് യൂണിറ്റി ഇൻ ഡൈവേഴ്സിറ്റി. യൂണിറ്റി ഇൻ ഡൈവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ച് പഠിക്കുകയാണ്. ആ സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളുമായി നേരിട്ട് ഇടപെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ അതേക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മളോട് അവരുടെ അനുഭവങ്ങൾ പങ്കുവയ്ക്കുകയാണ്. യൂണിറ്റി ഇൻ ഡൈവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലെ 2ാമത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാമാണ് ഇന്ന് നടക്കുന്നത്. ഗുജറാത്ത് സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ കുറിച്ചാണ് നമ്മളോട് ഇന്ന് പങ്കുവയ്ക്കുവാനായി നമ്മുടെ വിശിഷ്ട അതിഥി എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഏറ്റവും പ്രയോജനപ്രദമാകുന്നത് നിങ്ങളുടെ സംവാദത്തിലൂടെയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അത് എല്ലാവരും ഉറപ്പുവരുത്തണമെന്ന് ആദ്യം തന്നെ അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയാണ്. യോഗത്തിന് അധ്യക്ഷത വഹിക്കുന്നത് ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട വൈസ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ സുമ ടീച്ചറാണ്. ജനുദേവൻ സാർ ഇവിടെ പഠിക്കുന്ന കാലത്ത് എക്കണോമിക്സ് വിഭാഗത്തിൽ അധ്യാപികയായിട്ട് ടീച്ചർ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ എക്കണോമിക്സ് വിഭാഗത്തിന്റെ അധ്യക്ഷയും കോളേജിന്റെ വൈസ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പലുമായ സുമ ടീച്ചറിനെ ഏറ്റവും ആദരപൂർവ്വം ഈ യോഗത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ മുഖ്യാതിഥി ഇതുവരെയുള്ള പ്രോഗ്രാമുകളിൽ നിന്നും തികച്ചും വ്യത്യസ്തമായി ഇന്നത്തെ മുഖ്യാതിഥിയെ സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള ഏറ്റവും വലിയ പ്രത്യേകത, നമ്മളെക്കാളൊക്കെ മുമ്പ് KG കോളേജിലെ ഒരു വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയായിരുന്ന വ്യക്തിയാണ്. KG കോളേജ് കൊമേഴ്സ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റില് തന്റെ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം നടത്തിയ വ്യക്തി, KG കോളേജിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചൊരു ബ്രാൻഡ് ഐക്കൺ, ബ്രാൻഡ് അംബാസിഡറായിട്ടും നമുക്ക് എന്നും പറയാവുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിത്വം ശ്രീ ജനുദേവൻ IAS. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ബയോഡേറ്റ ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് വർഷങ്ങളൊക്കെ വെച്ച് നോക്കിയപ്പോൾ കണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യം, തന്റെ 22ാം വയസ്സിൽ അദ്ദേഹം ഇന്ത്യൻ സിവിൽ സർവീസിലേക്ക് നടന്നു കയറി. ഞാൻ കോളേജിൽ പഠിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് കേട്ടറിഞ്ഞ ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടിയാണ്. BCom കഴിഞ്ഞ് MCom ബസിലിസ് കോളേജ് MCOM കഴിഞ്ഞ സമയത്ത് അദ്ദേഹം ഒരേ സമയം ഇന്ത്യൻ സിവിൽ സർവീസും ക്വാളിഫൈ ചെയ്തു. അക്കാഡമിക് റെക്കോർഡ് മാത്രമല്ല, അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റീവ് റെക്കോർഡും ഉണ്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്. 2017
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Audible. Hello, sir.
We can hear you.
ഓക്കെ റേഞ്ചിന്റെ പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ കറണ്ട് ഇല്ല, അതുകൊണ്ട് ഫോണായിട്ട് പുറത്തായിരിക്കുന്നു. സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെയും അധ്യാപകരെയും ഒറ്റ വാക്കിൽ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകളെ ചുരുക്കുന്നു.
Thank you, sir, for your earnest welcome. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Aparna PR to render a beautiful song which was composed as part of the celebrations of the 50th year of formation of the state of Gujarat, inculcating its pride and values in each of its lines. Aparna.
എല്ലാവർക്കും വിനീതമായ നമസ്കാരം. जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, दीपे अरुणो बरफात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, ध्वज प्रकाश से छलल कसुंबे प्रेम शौर्यांगीत, तू फणव फणव निज संददि सोने प्रेम भक्ति नीरेत, ऊंचे तुझ सुंदर जात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात. उत्तर मांबा मां, पूरव मां काली मां, छे दक्षिण दिश मां करंत रक्षा कुंदेश्वर महादेव, ने सोमनाथ ने द्वारकेश ये पश्चिम के रादेव, छे सहाय मां साक्षात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात. नदी तापी नर्मदा जोय, महीने बीजे पण जोय, वळे जोय सुफटना जुत्थर मरने रत्ना कर सागर, पर्वत ऊपर थी वीर पूर्वजो दे आशीष जय कर, संपे सोहे सौजात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, दीपे अरुणो परभात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात, जय जय गरवी गुजरात. नंदी.
Thank you, Aparna, for that wonderful song. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Our Vice Principal and Head of Department of Economics, Professor Suma P. Annie Matthew, ma'am, perfectly fits this quote by John Quincy Adams. I request you, ma'am, to deliver the presidential address. Ma'am, please.
ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ ഗ്യാതറിങ്ങിന്റെ വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥി ജനുദേവൻ IAS, ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ കോർഡിനേറ്റർ വിപിൻ സാർ, NCC പ്രോഗ്രാം ഓഫീസർ റെനീഷ് സാർ, NSS പ്രോഗ്രാം ഓഫീസർ അർച്ചന മിസ്, ആരാധ്യരായ അധ്യാപക ശ്രേഷ്ഠരെ, പ്രിയ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, ഇന്ത്യൻ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ ലബ്ധിയുടെ 75ാം വാർഷികത്തിൽ കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാരിന്റെ ആസാദി കാ അമൃത് മഹോത്സവ് പരിപാടിയുടെ ഭാഗമായി KG കോളേജിലെ മഠത്തിൽ ആശാൻ സെന്ററും NSSഉം NCCയും ഏക ഭാരത് ശ്രേഷ്ഠ ഭാരത് ക്ലബും നമ്മുടെ കോളേജിലെ IQACയും ചേർന്ന് സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഭാരതീയം എക്സ്പ്ലോറിംഗ് ഇന്ത്യ പരിപാടിയിലെ യൂണിറ്റി ഇൻ ഡൈവേഴ്സിറ്റി പരമ്പരയിൽ ഗുജറാത്ത് സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള പ്രഭാഷണം നിർവഹിക്കുന്നത് ഗുജറാത്ത് ടൂറിസം കോർപ്പറേഷൻ മാനേജിംഗ് ഡയറക്ടറും 2001-2004 നമ്മുടെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയുമായിരുന്ന ശ്രീ ജനുദേവൻ IAS ആണ്. വളരെ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ മീറ്റിംഗില് സംബന്ധിക്കുവാൻ ഇടയായതില്ല. പഠിക്കുന്ന കാലം മുതല് പഠനത്തിലും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പാഠ്യേതര വിഷയങ്ങളിലുമൊക്കെ തന്റെ കഴിവുകൾ പ്രകടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഒരു നല്ല വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയായിരുന്നു ജനുദേവൻ. തന്റെ സ്ഥാനാലബ്ധിക്ക് ശേഷവും നമ്മുടെ കോളേജില് 1-2 പ്രാവശ്യം വരുമ്പോഴും കാണാനും ഒക്കെ സംസാരിക്കാനും ഒക്കെ സാധിച്ചത് ഒത്തിരി സന്തോഷമായിട്ട് ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ഓർക്കുന്നു. ജനുദേവന് ജീവിതത്തിലെ എല്ലാ അനുഗ്രഹങ്ങളും ദൈവം പകർന്നു നൽകട്ടെ. ഇന്നത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഏറ്റവും നന്നാകുവാനും നമുക്കൊക്കെയും അത് ആസ്വാദികമാകുവാനും ഇടവരട്ടെ. ജീവിതത്തിലെ എല്ലാ വിജയങ്ങളും നേടുവാൻ സാറിനെ ദൈവം അനുഗ്രഹിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന പ്രാർത്ഥനയോടെ മുഖ്യ പ്രസംഗത്തിനായി സാറിനെ ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, ma'am. It is a privilege to have amidst us Shri Janudevan IAS Sir, Managing Director and Commissioner of Tourism, Gujarat, as our chief guest. He won the position of the Best District Collector of Gujarat in 2017, followed by acquiring Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration in the same year. He's not at all a stranger to us. He's our alumni and one of those individuals reciprocating the voice of our institution in the society. I humbly invite you, sir, to deliver the keynote address. Sir, please.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for inviting me to this second edition of Unity in Diversity program under Bharatheeyam initiative taken by Madhatilachan Institute. Respected Suma ma'am, Bibin sir, NCC and NSS coordinators, other teachers, and my dear students. I have been a student of KG College for 3 years, in fact for BCom from 2001 to 4. In fact, it was a wonderful experience. I would say I would almost take 1.5 hours traveling from Kumaragam to reach Pampadi. But that 3-hour journey every day to and from Kumaragam to Pampadi, I would never say that had gone to any waste because of the achievements I could garner after completing my BCom, because that was a period in which the foundation stone was laid for these future achievements. And am I audible to all of you, Diana?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. So, in fact, there were so many such initiatives that were taken up during those BCom years also. In fact, when I hear the name of Diana, I really first thing that came to my mind was there was a Diana and Isaac in my batch. I think she is a professor in one of your institutions, I think right now in Pathanamthitta or something. So, in fact, both of us were considered as the fierce competitors for the first position in our classroom. So, she was Mr. Isaac Sar's professor. So, it was also a wonderful experience competing with her, because that was also a moment you will always cherish, because when you compete with others and when you compete with yourself only, you will be able to achieve what you really wish for. And it was not just about studies over there, it was about the co-curricular and extracurricular activities and the initiatives like the one we are seeing right now. So, yeah, after completing my BCom, I went to Basilius because I wanted to pursue civil service, the basics during those periods. So I wanted to travel to Trivandrum during the weekend. So the travel to Pambadi was little tough during that time. So I opted for Basilius College for my MCom. And these 5 years that I have spent in the institutions in KG as well as in Basilius. Oh, Diana, I think she is also doing. So she is hearing from some more Athanasius College. Okay, I can see that. So Diana, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah. No. I think the other Diana has also joined.
Ah.
Oh, I saw your her name. Okay. So, okay, I will not bore you much with my personal history. I will straight away go to the topic of Gujarat. I think Bibin was yesterday. He was pursuing me to for this particular program for the last 1 month almost. But I never got an opportunity for the right moment, because I really thought that we should organize it on a regular day, because that will be comfortable for students. Because for me, a regular day was little tough because of my hectic schedule. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഓർത്തു ഒരു comfortable time. I was just waiting for that. But finally, I realized that it's not more possible, no more possible. So I opted for this particular weekend, and I know little uncomfortable. It will be little uncomfortable during this Sunday. Yeah, but there was no choice. I will, in fact, say गुजराती में बोलते हैं ना माफी मांगूंगा, ठीक है हिंदी में. So then I will start to my topic. I think I will try to share my screen to just. I think the administrator has to allow me. Yeah, can you see it?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Yes, sir. So, Bharatheeyam exploring India. So my presentation structure. So only my condition is that whenever you feel bored, just tell me. Okay, I will not. Then we can have an interactive session rather than just a one-way conversation with you all. Presentation will be an introduction, infrastructure and basics, economy of Gujarat, then the area in which I have some specialization, tourism, and the way forward. So, first, what do you all know about really Gujarat? I think the two things that's most, I think, famous about Gujarat, I think one thing will be rather our Prime Minister. The Prime Minister hails from the state of Gujarat. इतना तो सबको पता होगा ना? So, yeah, Gujarat, the state capital is Gandhinagar, though the biggest commercial capital is Ahmedabad. We have almost, you can say that 1 lakh square kilometer of area, and there are 33 administrative districts. The population is almost more than 6 crores, and the male population is almost 31.5 million and female population to 28.9 million. And the literacy rate is almost touching 80%, and it's going up still. Sex ratio is on a little downside. It is 9:1:9 compared with other states of India. and the density of population is around 310. And other than that, the birth rate is 20.1 compared with 20.4 of India. And if you go, there are 16.63% of people who are below poverty line, and 88%, if you go for the demographic aspects, 88% of people are from Hindu religion, around 10% from Muslim religion, 1% are almost Jains, and there are other religions like Christianity, Sikhism, etc., Parsis, etc. you can see in Gujarat, the state of Gujarat. There are, in fact, it's a big state. It's considered as the 5th largest state of India by area and almost the 9th largest state in terms of the population part. So it's a pretty big state, and the boundaries, basically we have got an international boundary almost on the northeastern side with the Sindh province of Pakistan. On the northeast and northeastern portion, it is Rajasthan. On the eastern side, we have Madhya Pradesh. Southern side, we have Maharashtra. And the union territories of Daman and Diu and Dadra Nagar Haveli also adjoins Gujarat. And a substantial portion, almost 1,600 kilometers, are Arabian Sea on the west and the west and southwestern portion of Gujarat. There are 7 agroclimatic zones within the state of Gujarat. So basically, in fact, I have already told you the state is pretty big. So we have on the southern sides, the southern hills are there. The Aravalli hills almost touches up to this portion. Then there are southern Gujarat area in terms of agroclimatic zone, middle Gujarat, northern Gujarat, northwest arid land, that is the Kutch district almost, North Saurashtra and South Saurashtra. Kutch district is in fact the largest district in terms of the area it covers. It's more than almost some of the northeastern states of Gujarat and some other states of, northeastern states of India and some other states of India. Minimum temperature almost goes down to 8 degrees Celsius, and the maximum temperature crosses almost 42 degrees Celsius, and the average rainfall is around 828. So it supports both Kharif as well as Rabi cultivation. So in Kharif cultivation, paddy, bajra, maize, groundnut, etc. are grown. The main Rabi crops are wheat, cotton, mustard, cumin, vegetables. Potato cultivation is very rampant here, and horticulture is now very common. The capital, obviously, Gandhinagar, and the other municipal corporation, Gandhinagar, Ahmedabad, Baroda, Surat, Rajkot, Bhavnagar, Jamnagar, and Junagadh are the other municipal corporations and the bigger cities. And it is a preferred investment destination that will attract definitely the economic students. It received the highest FDI, foreign direct investment, almost 22 billion US dollars, 30% of the total equity inflows of India in the financial year 2021, as per the data given by Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. The economy of Gujarat, at current prices, the GSDP is estimated to be almost 259.25 billion US dollars for the financial year 2020, and almost there is a 7% year-on-year growth, and it is almost 7 to 8% of India's GDP. The state's GSDP is considered at is increasing at a compounding annual growth rate of almost 7% from the last 5 to 6 years. With almost 5% of population share of the country, it accounts for 8% of India's GDP. And it contributes a quarter to India's goods export also. The per capita GSDP is almost rupees 3 lakh 12,500 rupees compared with 1 lakh rupees in the for the year 2011-12. So almost you can see a growth of almost 2 lakh rupees in the per capita GSDP also. So it has increased almost 14% in the last 5 years also. The industrial infrastructure of the state. You know, it is basically an industrial state because agriculture contributes only 19% to the state's economy. Industry is 45% and services sector is almost 36%. And it enjoys the status of being an industry developed state of India with almost 16.8% share to India's industrial output, the largest among the other states. And the 13 major industry groups almost contributes to 82% of the factories, 95% of total fixed capital investment, 90% of value of output, and 93% of value of addition to the Gujarat industrial economy. And mostly these sectors include, the 13 major industry sectors include gems and jewelry, chemicals, petrochemicals, dairy sector, drugs and pharmaceutical, cement, ceramics, textiles, and engineering. In fact, Surat is considered as a headquarter of the textile industry as well as gems and jewelry industry, and the Morbi district is considered as the ceramic capital of the country. The drugs and pharmaceutical industry is very rampant here, and Amul and the dairy sector of Gujarat, all of you are pretty familiar with. And the petrochemical industry, Relevance, Adani groups, all of you will be very familiar. In the budget to 2021, rupees 950 crore has been allocated to assist these large industries, and rupees 100 crore has been allocated to rehabilitate the sick industries. That means the state is very, very conscious about the decisions it is taking in terms of the economic growth and even to rehabilitate the sick industries of the state. Gujarat ranks first in terms of the total area covered under SEZs, and it is also a leading SEZ state with the highest geographical area of 30,000 hectares under the SEZ, Special Economic Zone Development. Give me a second, I am getting a call from the Chief Secretary, please. Sorry. Yeah, the physical infrastructure of the state. Facilitating infrastructure is a basic mandate that the state governments, every state governments of the state is taking forward for the last so many years, and it has very good world-class infrastructure in terms of whether it is a road network. It is almost, we are having more than 7,500 kilometers of national highway network, and the state highways are also pretty good. In fact, when I am talking to the tourist, what we used to say is that ബാക്കി സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ നമ്മൾ പറയുമല്ലോ ഈ ഗുജറാത്തിൽ നിന്ന് അഹമ്മദാബാദിൽ നിന്ന് സൂറത്തിൽ പോകാനുള്ള ദൂരം ഇത്ര കിലോമീറ്റർ ആണ്. So in fact here what we say is that it just takes only 5 hours for traveling from Ahmedabad to Surat, or 8 hours to travel from Ahmedabad to Dwarka. So we usually calculate the distance between two places in terms of the time take to travel, because that is the way in which the roads have been, the 4-lane highways or the 6-lane highways and the express highways of the states are constructed. So those are very good to travel and round the year also. Railway lines, you have 5,250 kilometers of very good railway network also, and almost more than 70% of it is broad gauge, though we have some meter gauge and minute quantity of narrow gauge. And by March 2020, it has allocated rupees 15 billion for the development of Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train network. So the purpose of this the network bullet train, all of you will be knowing, to lay 510 kilometers of railway corridor from Mumbai connecting Ahmedabad, so that you can reach both places almost within 4 to 5 hours. So now it takes almost, by road you will take almost 8 to 12 hours almost to reach from Mumbai to Ahmedabad by road, or you can say almost 8 hours to reach through a proper railway network. So we want to reduce it into half. There are 46 ports which are operational within the states, and 16 domestic airports are there, and 1 international airport, the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport at Ahmedabad. We have got a very good rich labor pool also. The unemployment rate is less than 4%, compared with considered as very good compared with the most of the states of India, especially the northern states. And we have got very good educational infrastructure in terms of the premier institute, whether it is IIM Ahmedabad or the NIFT or the NID institutes in Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar, and pharmaceutical colleges, or the National Law Academy here in Gandhinagar, or such other very good institutes. The energy and petrochemical sector. The total installed power generation capacity is more than 38,000 megawatts, comprising of 24,000 megawatts under private utilities. In the districts of Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar and Surat, this is the torrent power, which is in fact giving the power supply to all the industrial as well as domestic consumers. So if you ask me, I am staying in Gandhinagar, ende veetile power connection, we are not getting from what you call the state electricity board. We are getting, in fact, it is getting it from torrent power, and we have got 24-hour very good network. As you see in the state of Kerala, the power cut off. In fact, jokingly we used to say, ഇവിടെ മെഴുകുതിരി ഞങ്ങൾ സൂക്ഷിക്കാർ ഇല്ല. And 8,500 megawatts of state utilities and almost 5,000 megawatts of central utility. In fact, it is a power supply state which provides the power to the neighboring states of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. And recently, we have announced the solar power policy for the next 5 years. The policy aims at reducing the power cost of the industrial units by almost 50%. And there is no ceiling on the capacity which a solar project can generate. And in fact, they can take all their, by this solar policy, even the domestic or the the industrial unit, what they can in fact do is that they can lay solar panels and they can produce electricity. They can use it for their own consumption and sell the a surplus power that is generating to the central grid that is there, and they are paid half the rate which for which they are paying to the utility, whether it is state or the central utility or the private player. And almost 2,200 kilometers of gas grid, which are supplying gas to industrial areas. And there is a very good gas pipeline connectivity, which is providing gas connection even to the houses in most of the districts. So that project is now going on. It has covered almost the major corporations of Gujarat, and now it has gone even to other main district headquarters of most of the district headquarters of within the state of Gujarat. Telecom sector, the state has almost 48 million internet subscribers. There is a prestigious project called BharatNet project. In fact, it aims to provide up to 1 Gbps connection to all the connection up to the Gram Panchayat level throughout the state, throughout the country, in fact. So, under this prestigious project, we have almost laid more than 30,000 kilometers of optical fiber network. And out of the 7,700 Gram Panchayat, more than 4,000 Gram Panchayats have been covered. So, these 4,000 Gram Panchayats, right now they are getting almost up to 100 Mbph uninterrupted the internet connectivity, and this can be even upgraded to 1 Gbps as and when required. So this 1 Gbps connection is the connectivity, internet connectivity is there till the district headquarters, till the block panchayat level, but right now it is not needed at the Gram Panchayat level. So the connectivity, the ratio is less considered with what they are providing at the district or the block panchayat level. Yeah, the state has come out with very good policy incentives in almost all the major segments of the economy. There is a new Gujarat industrial policy. In fact, they have come out with a new Gujarat industrial policy last year. Garments and apparel has got a policy. Tourism sector has got a policy of its own. Solar policy. Electronic sector has got a policy. IT, e-governance, wind power, textile, Jal Jeevan mission. Every segment which are basically touching the daily lives of the industry as well as the people, they have come out with policy incentives which actually will provide either a capital subsidy up to 10 to 20% for any new unit that is establishing, and most of the sector they are even giving interest subsidies. Then the reduced rate of power, no taxation, such it varies from one policy to another. These are the basic heads in which the subsidy touches the policy incentives that are there within the subsidy part. So if you ask me some more details about a particular sector, I would in fact select the sector in which I have some more knowledge, that is the tourism infrastructure. I have been in this sector for the last 4 years. We have got a Tourism Corporation of Gujarat Limited, TCGL, and I am the MD of that particular corporation, which has got absolute power to work just like any other corporations. We own so many properties, and we are in fact coming out with the basic marketing plan, infrastructural plan, decision making, as well as skill development in their sector. And These are the basic areas in which our and promoting in what you call investments in the tourism sector. So I am the MD of that particular corporation as well as the Commissioner of Tourism for the state of Gujarat. So we have got a rapidly evolving tourism industry. Why tourism is essential? I think God's own countryയിലെ ആൾക്കാർക്ക് I don't have to explain what is the need for tourism, because Kerala is almost, you can say, the economy is mostly dependent on service sector, and tourism plays a vital role in the economy of the state of Kerala also. Yeah, that the visible changes in that sector, the tourism sector, is, you can see, all of you can see in the last 1.5 years, because of the negative effect the COVID pandemic has had on our life. So I don't have to explain much regarding what is the relevance of tourism sector and how it plays in the what you call the development of a particular economy as such. It is a potent engine for all inclusive socio-economic progress, important tool for job creation as well as infrastructure development. It provides both forward as well as backward linkages. So when a tourist lands, we can take the example of the place from which I am coming, Kumaragam. കുമരകത്ത് താജ് ഹോട്ടലിൽ ഒരു ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് ഒരു റൂം ബുക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നു with his family. So both of them are coming with their children. So they are taking a 2-room booking for 2 nights. So we can see the backward linkages. If it is a foreign tourist, okay, they are booking a flight, they are coming and landing in Cochin, they are taking a cab, they are taking a food on the way in a restaurant. They may be taking a guide when they land here, and when they reach Kumaragam, they book the hotel, they stay there, they eat there, and forward linkage, what they will go out, they will go for a what you call a boat ride from Kumaragam to Chertala or Alapi. So the boat fellow is getting an employment. They may take what you call some food in a toddy shop or a very good hotel there. So that hotel fellow is getting some employment. They may purchase some souvenir. They may go around. They may stay if they like for another day. They may go around into Munnar or some other place, and finally they will book a cab. They will go to the airport and book a flight and go back. So I might have missed so many things during the time. So how it provides both forward and linkage and touches the life of so many people. It's a very good job creator and provides so many job opportunities. Every million invested in this particular sector create almost 47.5 direct as well as 80 to 90 indirect job. The same amount in agriculture will create only 44 jobs, and manufacturing will create only 12 jobs, because these are manufacturing is mostly a machine-oriented sector. And tourism is the 3rd largest foreign exchange earner for a particular country. So continuing with the importance of this sector, so US dollar 8.9 trillion contribution to the world's GDP, 10.4% of global GDP. With 130 million people employed in 2019, the industry directly employs 1 in 10 jobs around the world. So almost all 1 in 10 jobs all around the world are mostly from the tourism sector or travel and trade sector. Travel and tourism sector experienced 3.5% growth in 2019, outpacing the global economy growth of 2.5% for the 9th consecutive year. So over the past 5 years, 1 in 4 new jobs were created by this sector. So direct employment generation, both direct as well as indirect, foreign exchange earnings, main source of foreign exchange, contribution to the government revenues, both direct as well as indirect in terms of taxations, infrastructural investment, so it promotes more and more investment. You can see the example of Kumaragam or Munnar or Alapi or any other birds, new resorts were coming prior to the COVID time. It was contributing to the local economy. It was a multiplier effect, because if somebody is investing in a particular hotel in a new place, you can say a new island or a new place which has got a tourism potential. So it has got a multiplier effect. New guys will be coming around, guides will be coming around, hotels will be coming around, taxis will be coming around. So many people, associated sectors will be coming around. Accommodation and catering, hotels, resorts, whether it is apartments, guest houses, houseboats, all of, I think mostly you will be familiar with these topics. The transportation sector is there. Attractions are there, theme parks, natural attractions, monuments, events, travel agent, independent travel agents, and online businesses now. Tour operators, customized tours are provided by them, travel and accommodation are provided by them, and they take you for sightseeing. So all these are the segments and components of the tourism industry. So you have got a wide range of themes within the tourism sector, starting from mere pilgrimage. So if somebody is going to Dwaraka or Somnath or Sabarimala, so even that can be called as spiritual tourism. If somebody is coming for a one-day trip to Ahmedabad, that is called business tourism. So if somebody is interested in adventure activities, that is adventure tourism. If somebody is going through Periyar or Munnar, that can be ecotourism. So if somebody is going to Kumaragam, you can call it a rural or a sustainable tourism. So every sector has got a say. Every sector that has something or the other that is associated with the tourism sector also. Almost 10.4% GDP growth, but you can see the other side. When pandemic struck, it has come down to 5.5%. 334 million jobs has come down to 272 million during the pandemic years. The regional data all around the world, the data is almost 8 to 10%, and the downfall is almost 40 to 50%, both in terms of GDP as well as the you can see the employment it is offering. Most visited countries in the world are France. Can anyone say the reason? I think it is getting boring maybe for you. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഫ്രാൻസിൽ most people are visiting? Can somebody answer? Diana, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tell me, you are economic students now. Tell me the reason why mostly people are going to France. What's the major attraction there?
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, obviously Eiffel Tower. ठीक है. And USA?
USA.
Statue of Liberty was one among the reasons. Obviously, there are
Yeah.
casinos in California, and Los Angeles. Yeah, these are the main attractions all around the world: Eiffel Tower, Colosseum at Rome, Statue of Liberty, and Machu Picchu that is in Peru, Acropolis in Athens, Taj Mahal, pyramids, Great Wall of China, Angkor Wat. Then Grand Canyon, Kilimanjaro, Louvre Museum. If you come to the tourist profile of India, the foreign tourist arrival profile, basically largely people are coming from Bangladesh, 21%. Then United States of America, UK, then Sri Lanka, Canada, Australia. So Bangladesh is largely, the reason is that it is medical tourism. People from Bangladesh they are coming either to Kolkata, maybe to the state of Gujarat or Delhi or Bombay, basically for getting medical treatment, and they stay there, go around during the time. Their relatives may be going around, so that is a major reason. UK and USA mostly, you can say it is NRIs who are coming back to their particular states. Obviously, the other tourists are also there, so that is a basic reason, and obviously the business tourists. And mostly people are coming to India. 57% they are coming for leisure holidays. 6% medical. Indian diaspora contributes almost 13%. And the most visited states. Yeah, figures you may find it little difficult to believe. But still, I think the state of Kerala it is coming at 7th place. So largely people are coming to Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, West Bengal, Rajasthan, Kerala, Punjab. So if you ask me where my state stands, it is at the 12th place. Largely Tamil Nadu, because people from Tamil background, they are coming from Singapore, Malaysia, etc. They are landing in Chennai. So whom you call a tourist is also a question. ആരെയാണ് ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? If somebody is staying in a particular place for 24 hours, so you can call him as a tourist. So if you are coming to Tamil Nadu, Chennai and staying there for one overnight, and if you are starting from that place to some other place, you can call them a tourist. So international arrival, basically the largest segment is to Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Bombay, obviously the business reason. UP, what is the reason? What is the reason people are coming to UP? ആരെങ്കിലും ഇടയ്ക്ക് ആൻസർ ചെയ്യണം, otherwise I will think all of you are
Taj Mahal.
Yeah, obviously Taj Mahal. ठीक है. Delhi, West Bengal, I told you it is basically medical tourist from Bangladesh. Rajasthan, the major attraction, India's major attraction tourist the Delhi, Agra, Jaipur corridor എന്ന് പറയും. ഈ 3 സെഗ്മെന്റ്സിലാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് വരുന്നത്, ലെഷർ പർപ്പസിന്. റിയലി ഡൽഹിയിൽ വരുന്നു, താജ്മഹൽ കാണുന്നു, ജയ്പൂർ പോകുന്നു, എൻജോയ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. മോസ്റ്റ്ലി ഫോർ എ പാക്കേജ് ഓഫ് 5 to 7 days they are going back. So this is a basic place that is attracting the largest number. Kerala, obviously it's a small state. We are seeing so many international tourists compared to domestic tourists in the state of Kerala. Maybe the ratio may be high compared with most of the state, but it's pretty small in terms of the overall the numbers when you see. Punjabi, it is mostly the NRIs. Yeah, domestic tourists, still UP, Tamil Nadu, spiritual reasons, obviously Rameshwaram and all. TK, ആന്ധ്രയുടെ കാരണം എന്തായിരിക്കും? ഒരു മേജർ റീസൺ. തിരുപ്പതി, I think all of you are sleeping. And Gujarat stands as the 9th place. Yeah. Now coming to the tourism scenario of Gujarat. Mostly the state, as I have already told, 45% is industrial sector. So mostly the state is driven by the industry. Tourism sector has gained prominence, but it is not considered as a prominent sector within the state. But in the last 10 years, after 2000, the first major decision regarding the development of tourism was taken during Prime Minister, when he was the Chief Minister here, by declaring 2006 as the tourism year within the state. And from 2011 to 12, the Khushbu Gujarat campaign has started. So the state has gained prominence in the tourism sector after that campaign has started, and after we have taken Mr. Amitabh Bachchan as the brand ambassador for the state. And after that only, people started to flow to the state of Gujarat, whether it's the domestic and to some extent the international tourists. And then only the private sector has got some interest in investing in the tourism sector. But in the last few years, you can see the real difference when the Statue of Unity was constructed, and it was offered to the obviously to all to the nation as such. Then in the last 10 years, the run also is celebrated during the months of November to February in the Kutch district of India, the Gujarat state, where it is almost, you can say it's a desert area, but it is a salty desert. So during full moon night, what you see is a glaring salt sands. Just you can see it for kilometers and kilometers, and that's a sight which is worth watching. So it attracts a large number of foreign tourists. So we have got a World Heritage City. The Ahmedabad is the first World Heritage City, the old city of Ahmedabad in the entire nation. And now we have got 3 World Heritage Sites. The Rani Ki Vav, it's a step well in the North Gujarat district of Patan. The Champanir Pavagad Heritage Site in the district of Panchmahal district, and a new site, Dholavira site in Kutch again, the Harappan civilization cultural it has been added to that list. So we have 1 city and 3 World Heritage sites. We have got our own Asiatic line, only abode of Asiatic lines in the entire country or Asia, almost in the world you can say, and backed by robust infrastructure and unenviable law and order situation. So we can proudly say that the state has got a very good law and order situation. During Navaratri festival, even the ladies can roam around the streets of Gujarat alone, even at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Nothing will happen to them. That is for sure. So that is the law and order situation that prevails in the state of Gujarat. And basically that is because of the prohibition, that is the policy that the state government has taken from the time the state has formed. Yeah. The tourist footfall, you can see the difference from 1.98 crores to 6.1 crores. So even you can say in my period itself, you can see it has gone from 5.1 crore, almost more than 1 crore growth is there, but there is a substantial dip also because of the COVID. So the difference COVID plays to the industry is substantial. For a simple example, you can see it from the state of Gujarat. From 6 crore, the entire flow has come down to 1 crore. Yeah, we have got diverse tourism as the spiritual destinations of Ambaji, Somnath, Dwaraka, the natural wildlife, exotic beaches, 1,600 beach line, the Gir Forest, Dholavira, the ancient city, add to the gift city, the newest city of the state, the vibrant fairs and festival. It is considered as a land of festivals and the land of sweets also, and the blend of Hindu and Islamic architecture, the rich legacy of both Mahatma Gandhi as well as Sardar Patel, 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and 1 city, and the large number of art and craft that is persisting in the state. This is the tourist map of the state. Yeah, I think for the development of tourism, basic things that are needed are you should have a strong destination and the areas in and around that destination has to be developed in a proper manner. So മൂന്നാർ ഉള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് മാത്രം കാര്യമില്ല. മൂന്നാറിന് ചുറ്റും സഫീഷ്യൻറ്റ് ഇൻഫ്രാസ്ട്രക്ചർ വരാത്തിടത്തോളം കാലം tourists will not visit Munnar. Maybe initially they will come. The first comments will be, they will simply say that, oh, ഇവിടെ വന്നാൽ വെള്ളം കുടിക്കാൻ കിട്ടില്ല, ഇവിടെ വന്നാൽ basic facilities, semi communities ഇല്ല, road ഇല്ല, ബാക്കി facility ഇല്ല, so I will not come to Munnar. So all the state governments, so why people are coming to Munnar, Kumaragam, Apavalam, we have got a good infrastructure in it. So that is a simple example. So almost all our destinations have got it. We have got very good festivals. Onam boat race in a large number of foreign tourists. You can see the same thing with the tomato festival in Spain, or the same thing, the bull festival of Spain, or the carnival of Venice. Everywhere, festivals do attract a lot of tourists. Ganesh Chaturthi, Kumbh Mela, Holi, Durga Puja, Diwali. These are festivals. So we have Navaratri, Kite Festival, the Ranolso. Obviously, monuments do attract the stepwells, the Rani Ki Vav, or the Ajanta, Ellora Caves, or the India Gate, or Hawa Mahal, or Charminar do attract so many tourists. Ecotourism sites also attract a large number of tourists. So it is whether it is Gir, or the Randambur, or the Nal Sarovar, which is a bird sanctuary actually, which do attract a large number of migratory birds. It is in Ahmedabad district. So you should have good accommodation in and around it, good hotels, skilled manpower also. So iconic development, so large number of development. So some iconic structures like the Statue of Unity, which has developed in the year 2018, October 31st, and inaugurated in that particular time. And simply because there is a Statue of Unity, it will not attract large number of tourists. You will not get a repeat tourist. So you should have some other structures. So almost 20 to 25 structures, other attractions, whether it is a jungle safari, a nutrition garden, or an adventure park, or a dinosaur trail, or a Vishwavan, or a cactus garden, or a butterfly garden, river cruise, or so many such things have come up in the last 3 years. So it do attract a large number of tourists, and people are staying there, people are enjoying it for 2 to 3 days, and they are going well. So now it is contributing to the economy. It is contributing to the hotels that are coming up there. New employment opportunities are developed. Guides are getting good salaries. They are getting the hotels are getting good collections. Restaurants are attracting a large number of tourists. So this is the way the tourist development do happen all around the world. Obviously, Khushbu Gujarat campaign. So yeah, after Kerala, we have the largest social media presence. We are trying hard to catch up with Kerala. So obviously, as a Malayali, എൻ്റെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു ഒരു major task will be how I can catch up with Kerala in terms of the tourist promotion and online presence. But it's a big dream for which you have to work really hard, because that's the way the tourism industry is established in the state of Kerala. Obviously, ICT enablement, it should be there. Then only we should have good website, good booking portal, call center. These facilities are there in our state. Yeah, policy incentives. There should be an enabling framework. There should be incentive. There should be ease of doing business. There should be policy framework. Single window clearance is very much essential, and marketing support. So we have got all these facilities, and that is why more and more investments are happening in this sector. Yeah, the first major tourism policy was initiated in the year 2015 September, and it is called Gujarat Tourism Policy 2015 to 2020. So new investment ഒരു ടൂറിസം യൂണിറ്റ് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതിൽ 20% up to 20%, basically ക്യാപിറ്റൽ ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെൻറ്റിൽ അത്രയും സബ്സിഡി കൊടുക്കാൻ ഗവൺമെൻറ് റെഡി ആയിരുന്നു. Basically 15%, if it is in Yatradam or women entrepreneur or something, they will give another 5%. So they can get up to 20% capital subsidy for every 100 rupees investing. That is eligible investment, they will get up to 20 rupees for that 100 rupees they are investing in that particular sector, as well as interest subsidy. So if up to 30 lakh rupees, they will get interest subsidy. That is almost 5% or 7% in other than municipal areas and other than municipal areas. Electricity duty exemption will be there for 5 years. And for special packages, mega tourism unit, the unit will get up to this interest capital subsidy up to 20 crore rupees. For basic establishment, it is up to 7.5 crore and 10 crores. But if it's a mega unit, they will get up to 20 crore. So new people do came, and almost 441 units do come and register during this period, and out of which more than 300 units do operate also. So now one by one the cases are coming, and we have almost dispersed more than 56 such cases, and the rest are either on the verge of getting a central Ministry of Tourism star categorization, or the inspection is going on, because subsidy usually 2015-20 ആണെങ്കിൽ അവസാനമാകുമ്പോഴേ ഉള്ളായിരിക്കും ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ്സ് നടക്കാറുള്ളായിരിക്കും. അതുകൊണ്ട് ആ സമയത്ത് 1 by 1 now cases are coming. 155 കോടി രൂപയോളം almost we have dispersed also in terms of the subsidy. So considering the positive aspects and the lessons we have learned from the last policy, now the state government has announced a Gujarat tourism policy 2021-25 for the next 5 years. So now we have seen so many hotels in big cities: Ahmedabad, Baroda, Surat, Jamnagar, Junagadh, Dwarka. So now we want hotels in notified areas. We have selected some 50 such locations. So where good tourist spots, which are good tourist spots, but which need good infrastructure, good hotel facility, good accommodation facility. So we have selected such locations. If somebody is interested in investing there, they will get 20% eligible subsidy. And if now e-vehicle policy is coming up, so somebody is interested in investing in a e-vehicle, then they will get up to 25% eligible investment as subsidy. If they are going for a green certification or something, they will get up to 50% reimbursement on the certification fee. So we are not just giving subsidy to hotels, whether it is a convention center, tourism or hospitality training institute, caravan or e-vehicle, wellness resort, amusement park, apartment hotel, tent accommodation, adventure sports, everything is eligible for a subsidy now. And other than subsidy also, registration fee 100% reimbursement is there, and electricity duty reimbursement for 5 years is also there. We hope that as a result of this, we will get good number of investments in these two specified areas, notified areas also. Yeah, if Gujarat, you can see we do have a lot of heritage properties. ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ രജവാടകളുള്ള ഒരു സംസ്ഥാനമായിട്ടാണ് ഗുജറാത്ത് കണക്കാക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. നിങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഹിസ്റ്ററി പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരിക്കും. ഹിസ്റ്ററിയിൽ യു മൈറ്റ് ഹാവ് ഓൾസോ ഹേർഡ് ദാറ്റ് Sardar Patel, after independence, one of as home minister, one of his major headaches was to how to integrate the large number of the Rajwadas that were there in the state of Gujarat, especially in the Saurashtra. Almost 400 such Rajwadas were there. സോ ഈ രാജാക്കന്മാർക്കെല്ലാം ഒരു പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. ആ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടികൾ if these properties obviously they will be their time period will be, they might have constructed before 1950. So all those properties which were constructed before 1950 were considered as a heritage property. So in adellam free aayittu kidakkuvana. So we want now to make use them as either as a hotel or a museum or a restaurant or a banquet hall. So adil investment promote cheyan vendi we have come out with the heritage tourism policy. So 20% subsidy up to 5 crore for an investment up to 25 crore, and if it is above that till 10 crore they can get subsidy, they can get good investment subsidy also. Then there is a homestay policy. Homestay, if the owner is staying in a property, up to 6 rooms he can lend to a domestic or a foreign tourist. He should stay there, he should serve the tourist. That is a basic purpose. So it can attract a tourist to stay in a faraway village or a very faraway tourist attraction. So if that place is not having very good accommodation, also people or a tourist they can stay in that occasion. So അവർക്ക് ഹോം സ്റ്റേകളായി ഞങ്ങൾ കാറ്റഗറൈസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യുന്നു, ഞങ്ങളുടെ വെബ്സൈറ്റിൽ ഇടുന്നു. പീപ്പിൾ ക്യാൻ ബുക്ക് ഫ്രം ദെയർ ആൻഡ് ദേ ക്യാൻ ഗോ ദെയർ. So what is the benefit that homeowner is getting? He will be considered as a domestic user only, not as a commercial user. So all the state taxation will be as per the domestic tariff. The electricity consumption will be also considered a domestic rate. He will be given good training, he will be given refresher courses, other facilities, online booking facilities will be given even on our websites. So that is the benefit he is getting as per this policy. Obviously the pandemic has really affected the industry, and the GDP of almost all the nations have gone down substantially. I think I will skip all this topic. Yeah, obviously India's GDP also fell from the tourism sector, fell to almost 5%. We have to revive it. That is one of the basic headache, because it is the employment it's a situation also. Now large number of people are laid off in the tourism sector, whether it is our state or the state of Kerala or anywhere in India. Half the hotel staff is now being laid off. Guides jolly illa, taxi drivers business illa, restaurants are pretty closed. So all this situation you can see everywhere in the world. So some revival initiatives were taken in most of the state. കേരളത്തിലും എടുത്തു, റിലീഫ് പാക്കേജ് അനൗൺസ് ചെയ്തു എംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് സപ്പോർട്ടിന് വേണ്ടി. ആന്ധ്രാപ്രദേശ് ഓൾസോ came up with a restart package. So basically these are subsidy oriented package in terms of bank loans and such policies to exist in the state of Kerala, Andhra and West Bengal. So for what is the need of the hour? Obviously we should give more subsidy, more incentive to this sector to make it stand on its own foot. Good promotion and publicity need to be given. One day trips needs to be popularized. Ippam ellarkum ariyam, nobody will, even you will not like to go out and stay in Kumaragam for a day or for a night rather, or Munnar for a night. I will not come and stay in even in Kovalam or any other place for a night, because I really consider it as a risk and health risk. There is a very good chance that I will get COVID or something. So that fear is there in the mind of most of the people. So same vice versa also. So no international tourists will come to this to India. So only hope is that even from tourists from nearby states will not be interested in going to another state. So local tourists only will be willing to travel. So nammalakke ellarum, everybody is desperate to go out. Only thing is that they don't want to stay in a place for a night. They just want to go in the morning, enjoy a place, stay there for some time, take a meal or something. They just want to come back. So these staycations or a one-day vacation or a one-day trip need to be popularized, promoted. So such schemes should be popularized. Fam trips for the bloggers or influencers, social media influencers needs to be popularized. Vaccination for this sector needs to be a priority. Education, manpower, they need to be trained again, considering the the COVID sector scenario. So for a post COVID sector, special training package needs to be there. Yeah, what are the revival initiative our states have taken during this period? Property tax for the as well as some fixed charges in electricity bills for hotel resorts etc. were waived during this period for some time by the state government. Uh, the we have got a very good engagement going on with so industry stakeholders. We are taking their consistently taking their feedbacks and what they do need, and publicity and other things are done accordingly, so that their feedback is the base for our publicity mechanism right now. Good loan assistance, that package is also under consideration by the state government. But frankly speaking, the sector is reviving now. If you ask me, almost all the hotels are booked for these 3 days. മിനിഞ്ഞാന്ന് ഗണേശ ചതുർത്ഥി ആയിരുന്നു, അതിൻ്റെ ഹോളിഡേ ഇന്നലെ സെക്കൻഡ് സാറ്റർഡേ, ഇന്ന് സൺഡേ. If you ask me, the entire most of the hotels of Gujarat will be fully booked for these 3 days. So I will strongly believe that the sector is reviving on its own. The same will happen to the state of Kerala. So once this COVID issue is gone, naturally the sector will be back on its foot. And whether it is Kovalam or Munnar or Kumaragam, any place, little by little the domestic tourists, local tourists will come. People from the city, the main city of Cochin will be interested in going to Kerala or Kumaragam and stay there for a night, or Munnar and stay there for a night. Then somebody from nearby state of Tamil Nadu or Karnataka will come. Then gradually international tourists will also take once the situation is totally under control, and that is going to happen. But it may take some time. Hopefully, we all believe, pray to God that the third wave should not come. Thank you. I think you can stop sharing. Yeah, I can see the number when I started was 73, so it has come down to 46. So most of them might have slept, or they might have lived during this period. Yeah, we've been.
Thank you, sir, for all those priceless pieces of information. Gratitude is the need of the hour. Let us try to be grateful for what we have in our lives, as there are a number of people in this world longing to live a life that we are complaining about. I invite NCC cadet Dona Mol Sujit to propose the vote of thanks. Dona?
Okay. Before vote of thanks, sir, a question ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
തീർച്ചയായും anybody can answer any question. If I know the answer, definitely I will answer.
കേരളവും ഗുജറാത്തും തമ്മിൽ ടൂറിസത്തിനെ ഡിഫറൻഷിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന 2 ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് പറയാമോ?
Yeah, definitely. Kerala is a what do you call? ഒരു foreign touristനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് his first preference would be Kerala, because of the geographical the structuring of the state. I think Keralathile the size of the state is too small. So on the western part you can have the sea coastlines, or the Vembanadu lake or something, and immediately he can go and cross to the other portion, eastern part, and നമ്മുടെ hill portion is there, so he can have a very good ecotourism sites or wild sanctuaries or national parks over there. So a wide variety in terms of the nature will not be there. Then second thing, if you ask me, the publicity aspect. Kerala tourism sector, they are an early entrant. I think so. Foreign tourists or mostly domestic tourists, their first preference will be Kerala, because they will be pretty knowing about this particular state for the last so many years, and all those tour operators all across the world, they will be knowing about it. Gujarat is a very late entrant, because I have already told you, our first priority was, obviously it's an industry state, so industry is our first priority. So ആ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ സെക്ടറിൽ നിന്ന് ടൂറിസം സെക്ടറിലോട്ട് ഉള്ള ഒരു ഫുൾ ഫ്ലഡ്ജ് ട്രാൻസിഷൻ ഒന്നും സംഭവിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. ഓൺലി ടൂറിസം ഈസ് സ്റ്റിൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് വൺ അമംഗ് ദ സർവീസ് സെക്ടർ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രീസ് ഓഫ് ദി സ്റ്റേറ്റ്. സോ 2011-12 ബ്രാൻഡ് അംബാസിഡറും ഖുശ്ബു ഗുജറാത്ത് ക്യാമ്പയിനും എല്ലാം വന്നതിന് ശേഷമേ ഉള്ളൂ ആ ഒരു സെക്ടറിലോട്ടുള്ള എൻട്രി നടത്തിയിട്ടുള്ളൂ. സോ ആ ഒരു ഫോറിൻ ടൂറിസ്റ്റിനെയോ ഡൊമസ്റ്റിക് ടൂറിസ്റ്റിനെയോ അത്രയും മാത്രയിൽ അട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല. ദോ വി ഹാവ് അവർ wide variety of natural these elements, as well as the heritage structures or anything. Kerala most of the things will be there in our state also, but still that marketing aspect or the what you call the attracting thing and the publicity aspect is still not to that extent. Second, the manpower. Obviously, the Kerala has got still a very good skilled manpower in terms of the tourism sector, because and it is a pretty service oriented state. So service sector manpower quality of the state is very good. We are trying hard. The quality of a guide in Kerala may be much better than one we may be having in the Gujarat state. So that we are trying hard by coming up with a new some institutes in this particular hotel industrial sector and all. And finally, if you ask me, the major reason will be prohibition and non-prohibition. That ningalai aarkum padhipichirunda avashyamilla. Mostly when you go for a leisure, the major attraction will be a big beverage outlet, which we may not be having. So that is another major factor. Yeah, anything else?
Okay, thank you, sir. ഒഴുകുന്ന ജലവും പാറയും പലപ്പോഴും ഏറ്റുമുട്ടും. ജയിക്കുന്നത് എപ്പോഴും ജലമായിരിക്കും. അതിന്റെ ശക്തി കൊണ്ടല്ല, നിർത്താതെയുള്ള പരിശ്രമത്തിലാണ്. എന്നിൽ നിക്ഷിപ്തമായ കർത്തവ്യം എല്ലാവർക്കും കൃതജ്ഞത അർപ്പിക്കുക എന്നതാണ്. ആദ്യം തന്നെ ഈ തിരക്കിനിടയിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ച് ഇന്ന് ഈ പരിപാടി വളരെ മനോഹരമാക്കിയെത്തിയ ശ്രീ ജനുദേവൻ സാറിന് ഹൃദയത്തിന്റെ ഭാഷയിലും കോളേജ് കുടുംബത്തിന്റെ പേരിലും ഏറെ സ്നേഹത്തോടെ നന്ദി അർപ്പിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സർ. അടുത്തതായി പ്രധാന വ്യക്തിത്വം വഹിച്ച നമ്മുടെ കോളേജ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ മാം ഇന്ന് ഈ മീറ്റിംഗിൽ വന്നില്ലെങ്കിലും ഇതിന് ഒരുപാട് സഹകരിക്കുകയും പ്രവർത്തിക്കുകയും ചെയ്ത കോളേജ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ മാമിന് നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അടുത്തതായി നമ്മുടെ അധ്യക്ഷത സ്ഥാനം വഹിച്ച നമ്മുടെ കോളേജ് വൈസ് പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ആയ സുമ മാം നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അടുത്തതായി നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഗ്രാം വളരെ മനോഹരമാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി വളരെ നല്ല ഇനത്തിൽ ഗുജറാത്തിയൻ സ്റ്റൈൽ ഗാനം ആലപിച്ച അപർണ പീറിന് നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അതുമാത്രമല്ല, ഏതൊരു പരിപാടി ഹ്യൂമൻ എംപവർമെന്റിന്റെ കോളേജിൽ അധ്യാപകനും പ്രോഗ്രാം ഓഫീസറുമായ ഡോക്ടർ വിപിൻ കെ വർഗീസ് സർ, നമ്മുടെ കോളേജ് NCC ANO ആയ ലഫ്റ്റനന്റ് റിനി സർ, ഏവർക്കും ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പരിപാടി ഒപ്പിച്ചു തന്നതും ഇങ്ങനെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കാൻ സഹായിച്ചതിനും രണ്ടുപേർക്കും ഏറെ സ്നേഹത്തോടെ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അത് മാത്രമല്ല ഇതിൽ പങ്കെടുത്ത എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി നന്ദി അറിയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Yeah, I forgot one thing. In fact, അപർണയെ ഗുജറാത്തി ഗാനം ആലപിച്ച അപർണയെ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും I should also appreciate her for her hard work. I think she has sung it pretty well in Gujarati language, I can say. So because I can make out, because most of you may not be knowing Gujarati language, so I can obviously make out. And finally, as MD of Gujarat Tourism, എൻ്റെ ഒരു ബേസിക് എൻ്റെ കർത്തവ്യമാണ് നിങ്ങളെ എല്ലാവരെയും ഗുജറാത്തിലേക്ക് ക്ഷണിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത്. സോ ഇഫ് യു want to take a risk during this time, I will obviously say that all of you can be my guest, because when I am in this post, obviously I can make you all take around the entire state of Gujarat and show you what is Gujarat. So you can obviously keep my brand ambassadors in the state of Gujarat. I am trying hard to bring people from my own state to the state of Gujarat and to make them visit the various places of Gujarat. But so far I couldn't do it. So if all of you are interested in Gujarat, obviously seeing is what you believing. സോ ഞാൻ ഇത്രയും നേരം പറഞ്ഞതൊക്കെ സത്യമാണോ അല്ലയോ എന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. കാരണം സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയയിൽ ഗുജറാത്തിനെ പറ്റി പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഞാൻ പലപ്പോഴും കാണാറുണ്ട്. സോ അതിൽ നിന്ന് എനിക്ക് വിശ്വസിക്കാൻ എനിക്ക് ഐ ക്യാൻ മേക്ക് ഔട്ട്. സോ അൺലെസ് യു സീ ഇറ്റ്, യു വോണ്ട് ബിലീവ് ഇറ്റ്. So all of you can be my guest and you can come and see what I have told is true or no. So जैसे I always say at the end, कुछ दिन तो गुजारो गुजरात में. So thank you. Thanks for giving me such a wonderful opportunity, and please do come to Gujarat and please do enjoy our hospitality.
താങ്ക് യു സാർ. ഒരു കാര്യം കൂടെ ഉണ്ട്, അപർണയ്ക്ക് ഇന്നലെ രാത്രിയാണ് ഈ പാട്ട് കൊടുത്തത്, ഒരു രാത്രി കൊണ്ട് പഠിച്ചെടുത്തത്.
અપર્ણા, તમે બહુ સારી રીતે ગુજરાતી ગાના ગાવ્યું હે.
താങ്ക് യു സാർ.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for that valuable offer. And with these words of gratitude, we come to the end of today's session. Everyone could now leave the meeting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you.